totally scored at Walmart. You know, a lot of times, you never expect, to Walmart to have the best baits. Sometimes, they got some 6th Sense stuff now, but they also had, I was looking for, I don't remember, I think just like lead, yeah, these lead bullet weights. I needed them for my drop shot rig. I did a video about a week or two ago, talking about the old school way we used to tie a drop shot, and I still do it that way. So I was looking for some lead bullet weights, but I also came across some G-Man swim jigs. For those of you who don't know, Gerald Swindle is probably one of the better jig fishermen out there. And right now we're in like the dog days of summer, and it's tough out there fishing, and a jig gets bit. It's not a bait I have a lot of confidence in. I think I've only caught less than 10 fish on a jig, and 9 of them were on a swim jig. I just like moving quick. I don't like sitting still too long. I'm not big on Texas rig. I'm not big on dragging a Carolina rig. I'm not big on drop shotting, but when I have to do it, I do it. So I picked up 2 brim colors. Here's a 1/2 ounce brim. They're decent jigs. They were only $4 a piece, but I really just want to talk about finding these little gems, at the unlikely locations. I have a 1/2 ounce or a 3/8 ounce one I picked up, and I also picked up a 3/8 ounce in white and a 1/2 ounce in white as well. The weird thing is the 1/2 ounce, can't even tell at this point now. Yeah, the 3/8 ounce head is in better condition, or I don't know, one of them, I can't even tell at this point. It just came out of the mold dirtier. The finish on it's a lot worse. The brim color ones, the heads are powder coated. These ones are solid silver. So I was thinking about using some orange nail polish, maybe paint one of the heads orange on it. But I just wanted to talk about a little bit about just finding baits in like unlikely locations. The other day I was at Ace Hardware, and I always score good baits at Ace Hardware. I'll go in there and I'm like, man, I've been wanting I was looking for lizards, Zoom lizards, all black with a blue tail. Went in there one day to grab something else. I was like, I'm just gonna take a look here, and came across black Zoom lizards with a blue tail. They're really good after the spawn and stuff, and I just don't see them that often, but for whatever reason, Ace had them. Whopper ploppers. There's been a couple of times I was looking for like a brim color, bluegill color whopper plopper, and I'm like an opportunistic, shopper. If I see it, I'm gonna grab it. I do order a lot of stuff, but I always forget, much like a lot of things, we just forget the things we wanted to order. And I walk in there one day, there's I think it was like a 110, maybe the 90 size whopper plopper in a brim color. Bam, grabbed it up. So yeah, don't overlook, Walmart. Sometimes they got gems. Don't overlook your Ace Hardware. You see a tackle section at a gas station or something like that, and you just totally ignore it. Walk over there, because you never know what you might find. You might find a diamond in the rough. You might find some bait that discontinued, that you used to love fishing, and they just don't make it anymore, and you can't find it everywhere, but it's been sitting on this shelf at this local gas station next to the lake for like 6 years, and they got 3 bags left. Grab them up. Yeah, that's just really what I want to come on, and I want you to learn how to fish a jig. That's really what this video is about. Picked up some swim jigs. I know they're good this time of the year. Trying out different trailers. Another thing I wanted to mention was don't waste your money on Kitex. These Rage, I think Strike King Rage swimmers. I like these way more. I use the Rage craws, on my chatter baits and stuff. I like all these all these baits a lot more. The Kitex are great. They're super soft. They're just too soft. They get ripped apart. They get ruined. Yeah. Oh, back to the nail polish. I was gonna do a video about this. Let me grab this box real quick. Hold on. It's probably no secret by now in the fishing world that spinnerbait with an orange kicker blade like that is money. I swear to you, The first, I heard the Tactical Bassin guys talk about it one day, talk about the orange kicker blade. So it was actually during COVID. BLAT was doing, like, running some sales and stuff. So I had ordered one of his little, it's like a kit, you know, 3 or 4 different, you know, baits, you know, with some trailers and stuff. Ordered a couple of kits from him, and one of them had a Z-Man spinner bait with an orange kicker blade in it. And I swear to you, I caught way more fish immediately fishing with that orange kicker blade. So I had some orange nail polish sitting on the workbench that I was using for my bow. I painted all the hardware, like all the bolt heads on my bow, just because it looks cool. So I grabbed a couple of my spinner baits that I like to fish, a couple of the colors I like to fish, and painted up some of the kicker blades. I swear to you, it makes a huge difference. And now I'm a fan of using nail polish for stuff like this. I think I might paint a couple, or might paint the heads on these since they're just silver. I might paint them orange just cause. Try it out, might help out. Might add a little pop to that. The water's super stained right now. I live by the lake that's below where all those floods happened up in Kerrville, up in Texas. So all of that water had rushed into the lake. So the lake is kind of a mess right now. It was fishing really good. The first 2 weeks it'd been open after the flood. Now it's kind of stalled out. Fishing's been tougher. I'm resorting to jig fishing. I've been fishing big swim baits all summer and just fast moving baits in general, top water. Pretty much everything I've caught so far since the lake is open has been on top water, which is a lot of fun. But when it turns off, we all know what that's like. It just turns off, and now it's time to see this little spot on my shirt that's bugging me. I don't know what that is. I'm drooling on myself or something. I don't know. But we all know what it's like when they turn off, and it just, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. You gotta start dragging a worm around, or start swimming a jig around, or start, I don't know, staying home, I guess. But I'm not staying home. I'm gonna put some of the big rods up and pull out some of the jig rods and keep a top water rod out and tie up some Texas rigs and some Carolina rigs and go do some dragging. That's where we're at.